Welcome to Keeping Up with Lebo, the sales executive. Today we're interviewing the owner of Lazarus Motor Company, Mr. Colin Lazarus. It is an honor and privilege to be chatting with you today, Mr. Lazarus. So, Mr. Laz, I would like you to take us through the journey of putting together Lazarus Motor Company.
Fantastic question. So the bottom line is it didn't happen overnight. This has been, for me, a 42-year journey. The company's been going for 60 years, and I've been doing this for 42 years. Started off in sales, and at the time I learned how workshops work, how parts department work, new cars, used cars, admin, and so we built it up. I think the big turning point came when we moved to Centurion. That was in 1991. And then a bigger turning point was when we moved from Centurion to this specific spot. That was in 2000. So we've been here for 20 years, and we basically pioneered multi-franchises, which at the time was unheard of. You know, you were a Ford dealer, you sold Fords. You were a Kia dealer, you sold Kias. And we suggested that you have multi-franchise. So you have certain backroom synergies, but the focus and the focal point where customers come is specific for a brand. And that's what we've done, and we've stuck to that for the past 20 years, and that's why it's worked for us. And today, multi-franchise has become the norm.
Please tell us, who is Colin Lazarus?
I like to refer to myself as a humble used car salesman that got lucky. When I say got lucky, is we started, the business was a family business which started in Bronkhorstspruit in 1957. And I took over in 1980. And I stayed there for 10 years. And then I realized I want to expand, and we moved to Centurion, stayed there for 10 years, and then in 1999 we decided to move here. We bought this piece of ground and we built what we now call as a multi-franchise, and that's where we are today. So our timing was pretty good. At the time of multi-franchises, it was unheard of. The manufacturers didn't like that. But over the years they've realized that in order to be successful, you must be a multi-franchise. Our condition with becoming a multi-franchise was that we'd keep every brand separate. So every touch point would be the same. Where there are synergies is in the back room, where people and customers don't see. But workshops are separate, parts are separate, sales are separate managers. So that's worked for us. And we've just been humble over the years. We look after our customers. And I'd like to say that virtually every staff member here has been handpicked by either myself or one of the other directors, and that's why you're here, my girl.
So, Mr. Les, please tell us, why did you choose the franchises that are currently at Lazarus Motor Company other than other brands?
I always look for brands that are special, have got some kind of a soul. Ford was the brand we started with, and Ford's got a rich history. After Ford, we got Mazda, which has also got a nice history in terms of motorsport, going back to Le Mans, winning Le Mans many years ago. And then we got lucky with the Jaguar franchise. There was an opportunity for us to get Jaguar. And then we got Land Rover. And Kia was the last one we got, which is about 10 years ago, because there's definitely a niche. It's a great product, as you know. You sell them. Kia was just a great fit for us. They've also got a great range, more entry-level stuff. So we've got products ranging from, what's our entry-level Kia Picanto? 169. So we've got from 169 up to 4.2 million. That's our car range. So we can cater for everybody. And it's so nice having the multi-franchise, because you'll get a chap that buys a Range Rover for himself, and he'll buy a Kia Sportage for his wife or whatever, and so they cross each other. But you, as a Kia sales exec, won't sell a Range Rover. You've got a colleague, maybe up at Land Rover, I can't mention a name, and you'll put him onto the Land Rover customer, and it'll work vice versa. So if you see salesman A or C, whatever, up at Land Rover, and his wife wants a Kia, or his kids, he'll come and see you. So there's great relationships amongst the salespeople at the organization.
Mr. Les, what do you feel is the biggest strength of our company right now?
I think basic, straightforward honesty all the years. That's it. No shortcuts, just doing it the right way, honest business over the years. Simple as that.
Mr. Les, tell us, what have been the biggest challenges you had to overcome in our company?
I think, I know the biggest strength is we're a private company. We're not part of a group. We can make decisions quickly. If we see the direction is going in a certain way, we can steer the ship in that way. It doesn't take us months to make decisions. We sit amongst the people. We'll sit amongst our sales exec. Our marketing manager will say to us, this is the direction we have to go in now. Let's go that direction. So we can change direction sooner than later, where some of the bigger groups take a while to do that. And COVID's a good example, how we navigated the seas, the rough seas during COVID. And we came out of it pretty well.
Mr. Les, tell us what have been the biggest challenges you had to overcome in our company?
Real vulnerabilities. It's just the state of the country right now. Everybody, the market's in a bad place. The country's not in great shape at the moment. COVID didn't exactly help us. So we just stay humble and do the right thing, ultimately. And that'll pay dividends.
So, Mr. Les, what is the one thing you would love to change about Kia department?
I'd like the salesman to sell more cars. No, there's nothing really I'd like to change. This is a volume business, but we understand times are tough. But, you're a typical example of the person we want in this organization. That's got initiative, that's got drive, that's got passion. And I'd like to say most of our salespeople here are like that. We've got great people over here that have got a great work. What's the word I'm looking for? Work ethic. Come on. No. Work ethic. There's a word I'm looking for. Come on, guys. Ethic. That's it. Work ethic. That's it. Work ethic. So I think if you say, do I want to change anything? Not really. I think it's all good.
So, Mr. Les, what role do I play in your company?
Lebo is an integral part of our company. She's doing a great job. Things don't happen overnight, Lebo. You know that. Mm-hmm. How long have you been here now? 5 months. Now, how long have you been here? 5. But how long have you worked here?
Since Feb.
Yeah, but the first 3 months you did nothing. You just sat here and looked pretty, eh? Only the last 2 months, eh? No, I'm just teasing you. No, you've been great, and you've been a great asset to us. And hopefully you can grow in the company going forward. But things don't happen overnight, And you really have become our top salesperson at Kia, which we're very proud of. Not just a pretty face, eh? Not just a pretty face.
Okay. As a successful businessman, what must Lebo do to get to where you are as a female version of you?
She's asking very difficult questions. I think it's firstly stay humble, work hard, and as time goes by, you'll see things fall into place. But things don't happen overnight, Lebo. I've been doing this for 42 years. Okay? 42 years I've been doing this. This didn't happen overnight. This took me 42 years to get to where we are. So things don't happen overnight. Just remember that. Unfortunately today, a lot of our youngsters expect the day they start company cards, company credit cards, all that kind. It doesn't work like that. It's hard work and dedication and loyalty and passion. I'm running out of words.
What is your view regarding customer service in your company?
Nothing gives me more pleasure than a customer coming to buy a car from us again, and the second generation and a third generation. We've had up to fourth generation families, still have fourth generation families coming to buy from us. Customers that I used to sell tractors to their grandfathers in Bronkhorstspruit. They weren't even born yet, are buying cars from us because they remember how we looked after their parents and how loyal the parents were to us and we were to them. So to me, when I see second, third, and fourth generation people coming back here, and when I see emails coming, and Madeleine sees them as well, from customers of great customer satisfaction, that gives me so much pleasure. And that's what makes it worthwhile. You can never please everybody, and if there is an issue, you address it straight away. To go back to our first question, one of the questions, what makes us different? We address it straight away. And but generally, we keep our customers happy.
Mr. Les, can you please tell us about the motive behind the Lazarus Motor Company Museum?
It's a great question. The museum is just shows people our passion. We're not here just to sell cars. We're passionate about what we do. So, especially on the Ford side, and the Land Rover side. I'm busy with a Jag now that we're looking to put into the museum. It's a collectible. So there's lots of things I'm busy with going forward. And I'd love you to come and have a look here in November. We'll have some more cars in the museum. And each car means something to us. We've got a collection of pickups, bakkies, in our museum. That each one, there's one here that belonged to my grandfather. We're busy restoring it to its original state. So the museum shows customers. It's not open to the public, but if a customer wants to come and see it, they make an appointment with like a Lebo, and she will come and fetch the key and take them upstairs. So it's not open to the public to come and view at any time. But it just shows customers our passion for the motor industry.
And I would love to ask you this last question. Are you going to keep the Stinger in the museum as part of the collection?
I'm actually going to use the Stinger tonight. Did you know that?
I didn't know.
Yes, I'm going to use it tonight. Now, the Stinger, have you driven it?
Not yet.
Not yet?
Yes.
Oh, well, you must drive it, because I like people to drive the car. That is something special. Were they successful cars? They were a bit pricey. But as a car, it's fantastic. So I must tell Adele that tonight. I want to take the. I actually thought about it last night. There was actually something on Top Gear last night about the Stinger. I don't know if you saw it. It was a red one, but ours is a prettier blue. So I want to use it tonight because it's a special car. Will I keep it in the museum? It's an expensive car. If somebody comes along tomorrow and says they want to buy it, is it a collectible? I suppose it will be in years to come. But right now it's a lot of money tied up. And we are going through toughish times, so one's got to be responsible. It sometimes happened, I had a collection of cars in Bronkhorstspruit, and when the times were tough, I'd have to sell my collection just to keep the business going. So hopefully that never happens again. But I'd like to keep the Kia Stinger, unless you can sell it. Can you sell it?
Mr. Les, thank you very much to take your time to talk to me today. Thank you. Allow me to welcome Adele de Beer, my manager at Kia Centurion New Cars. So I'm going to give you guys a brief about how I met Adele. I met Adele in February 2020 when I started working at Lazarus Motors. And so far, Adele's been a great manager. I love working with her. And today, I'm just going to go through an interview with her so that we can get a brief about this awesome manager that I have. So Adele, can you please take us through the journey that you took from where you started till now where you are?
Lebo, that happened a very long time ago. I started in the motor industry in 1997. I did reception, and then after reception I moved over to the admin side. I did debtors, creditors, invoicing. And then in 2003, my best friend that was in sales at the time showed me her payslip, which she shouldn't have. And then the rest was history. I started in sales in 2003. And then, I sold cars through the good times, through the hard times. But at the end of the day, it made me a stronger person. And I taught a lot, that taught me a lot to handle this industry. And then in 2018, I got the offer to take the sales manager's job here at Kia Centurion. And up until now, I've been doing that.
So Adele, what do you feel is your biggest strength with our Kia New Cars department?
Kia New, the biggest strength is definitely my staff. I'm privileged enough to have a solid team. The guys that's been working here have been with Kia with Lazarus for a very long time. And now I've got you on board. So now we can just take it up to the next level.
So please tell us, how is it working with Lebo on a daily basis?
Wow, okay. Lebo is a true inspiration. I learn from her every single day, especially on the social media side. She is one of the few people that's got such a passion for what she's doing, for the brand, for her clients, and she's a big asset to the company.
So Adele, What is your views on customer service? What must Lebo do to improve herself? And what advices can you give Lebo to get to where you are right now?
Our customer service is probably the most important thing in your job. Lebo, you don't change what you're doing. You're on the right path. You do what you do. You stay true to yourself. Handle your clients the way that you would like to be handled. And you've got a bright future ahead of you. I see you going places, and I'm very happy to have you on my team. You're a big asset to the company, like I said.
Thank you.